Hello everyone, Drew CPA here for Biz Mondays. This channel is dedicated to providing you with business information. In this episode, we're going to be looking at establishing some good practices as you're running your business. These are good habits that you should form and keep regardless of the level or the size of your business. You've probably heard talk of corporate veil and piercing the corporate veil. If you haven't, stick around. We're going to drop a video about piercing the corporate veil in a little bit. So stick around for that video. But needless to say, if you have done certain things and as you're building your business, businesses are susceptible to certain liabilities. Okay? And the main idea of having a business is to differentiate the business from the owners, right? The stockholders or the owners. And so certain actions can allow the courts to basically disregard or throw out the protection afforded to the entity. Okay? Throw that out, which means that any liabilities or any sort of damages that are levied against the business are in effect levied against the owners of said business. So there are some habits that I want you to practice that can avoid that kind of a behavior. Okay, so you have formed your business and your business is now up and running. Now, even if you have not formalized your business, even if you're running just a sole proprietorship, I still want you to practice these things. These are good habits. And sometimes when we start a business, you start off as a sole proprietorship, the business is growing, it's growing, it's growing. If you don't practice these good habits as your business begins to expand, or as you're starting to think, you know what, I'm going to formalize my business. I'm going to organize it under an LLC or incorporate it somehow under a C Corp or an S Corp or whatever you want to make it, then you'll find it will be a harder adjustment to get into these formalities. So my encouragement for you today is to practice these good habits. Even if you're running a sole proprietorship, these are just good habits to practice. Period. The first thing I want you to do is to start differentiating between your personal bank account and the business bank account. Okay, your personal bank account and the business bank account. Separate those two. Go down to the bank. Tell them that your business is so and so and so, and you'd like to open up an account for that business. Every transaction that you do should flow right through that bank account. Okay, so start separating your personal finances from your business finances. Okay, that's the first thing I want you to do. Break them apart and start looking and treating them differently. Second thing I want you to start doing is taking good notes. Okay, taking good notes. Whenever something is about to happen, I want you to document the fact that you're going to do it. And then when it has happened, I want you to document the process of that. And just put it down. It doesn't have to be complicated notes, but take some notes. Document the process. The third thing I want you to do is have, as a matter of fact, this should have been the first thing. Make sure you have some kind of an agreement, an operating statement, something that governs the way your business is going to run. Okay? And you're going to hold yourself to this agreement. You're going to hold yourself to this statement. You're going to hold yourself to these set of rules, values, attributes, or things you want to execute. Okay, you're gonna hold yourself to that. Even if it's just you, you're gonna do that. You're gonna have an agreement, an operating agreement. This is how we're gonna operate, and you're gonna hold yourself to that. The second thing you're gonna do is, if you have equipment, okay, trucks or whatever equipment, and that equipment is used for both personal and in your business, I want you to document what the difference is between them. All right? How much is used for your business? How much is used on a personal nature? So documentation. So these are habits I want you to practice, even if you are running a sole proprietorship. Now, if you're running a formalized, an organized, or an incorporated entity, it's even worse. You have to be doing these things anyway. Okay, you have to be doing these things. So I want you to start practicing these things. Don't wait until your company starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger and you see a greater exposure to potential liability or something, you start practicing these good habits. No, I want you to practice these habits from the beginning, from the get-go. As soon as you start your business and as soon as your business is off and running, these are good habits to practice. And you want to set the tone from the top down. Okay, so if you're the owner, you're the manager of the business, whatever title you're giving yourself, make sure that everyone in the organization is practicing and doing these things. Okay, separate bank accounts, take good notes, have your operating agreement in place. Okay, so to recap, separate bank accounts, definitely separate bank accounts. Make sure you take good notes. Make sure you have that operating agreement in place. And make sure you differentiate between what is personal use and what is business use. So these are good habits to practice. Definitely good habits to practice. If you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, tell a friend, leave me a comment. Let me know what has been your experience, or just leave me a question. If there's something that you want me to dive into or give you a quick response to, definitely drop it in the comments below. We are always appreciative of comments. So let me know what your thoughts are on this subject, and I'll see you again on the next video.